boy, here we go. I'm gonna be doing an interview here with Bangover Cult. Just waiting for an invite. Still really have no idea how to do this. Ooh, did I do it right?
I think so, yeah. Mine is locked because I haven't been able to actually go live on mine yet.
Ooh,
There we go. And Bangover Cult. Hang on a second. Get her over here.
still so new to this.
I know, me too.
It's like a whole new world.
I know. There we go. And we're gonna go here.
What's up, John? I see Ben. Ben from the band is in the chat. And Patrick.
That's awesome. Hey guys.
What's up, boys?
And over here. There we go. Let's see if she actually gets the share.
It's so confusing.
Oh, I know.
Got my baby babbling in the background.
You're gonna hear barking.
That is just fine.
The I have almost 2-year-old sheepdog and a Labradorese puppy who is 3 months old. So.
Oh yeah, they'll make noise. We have a 5-year-old, almost 5, Aussie Shepherd Blue Heeler mix.
Oh wow.
So she just walks around and talks, but she rarely barks. But if someone she doesn't know is nearby, she lets them loose for sure. Yes, John. Yes, it does take getting used to. It's the whole starting it up thing that was very confusing for me.
Yeah. I just now know that I have to go live or request to go live from somebody else's because mine apparently doesn't. No, there she is. And that is Sierra as well. She is another Bangover Cult girl. Hey.
We got a ton of requests to join last time, but it was from like people I had no idea who they were. I didn't know if it was spam or something, so I kept hitting decline. No clue.
Okay, there we go. Hey guys.
Hi.
Sorry, this is our first time ever going live on TikTok.
R.I.P. COVID.
Did you have to do that, Ehren? Like, in order to go live, did you have to like answer a whole bunch of questions?
Yeah, it like made me verify my age, and then it said I couldn't go live with like other people until like I had to unlock something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of all cool with it, but it's like.
Here, put your camera on.
I'm trying. It's not working. It says live access needed to go live, so
Oh goodness.
RIP.
Remember Alex?
John says that people try to join your live and they just look to cause chaos, start screaming, or just being gross. Makes sense.
It does make sense. I've had people try to join our lives on Instagram too, and I just deny them. I'm like, who are you? What are you doing right now?
Funny enough, I had Ehren from the one-man band, like the Bobcat guy.
Oh yeah.
That I hosted over on Instagram. He tried to come on.
I think half the time it's like a mistake because a lot of times they're like, oops, didn't mean to hit that.
That'll happen too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, there we go.
Right, well, at least we can hear Sierra, even though we can't see her.
R.I.P.
Good, you're here. It doesn't matter. You made it.
Awake. Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Okay, should we get this party started?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, for anyone who doesn't know who you are, did you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. I'm Ehren. I'm the lead singer of Minneapolis hard rock band Weekend Picnic. We have been around since 2021-ish. We were together before then, but we were still in the beginning infant stages of writing music together and learning how to put a live show together. But 2022, we started playing live shows, kind of made the Twin Cities in Minnesota our stomping ground, and we've kind of made a name for ourselves around there. But now we're working on the rest of the United States and the Midwest, and we have a self-titled album out, and then we did a reimagined acoustics album with a couple covers on it, and we have a brand new single off of our second full-length studio album that is coming on Friday, March 29th. We're super excited about it.
Very cool. I was actually going to say I was listening to the Acoustic Reimagined album the other day, and like I love it. Like
Thank
acoustic
you.
stuff just like hits so much different, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. Yeah, so good though.
Yeah, we love that. Kind of had an opportunity to change it up a little bit. Some of the songs are straight up acoustic versions. Some of them are completely reworked with orchestra and synth elements, and like, yeah, it was super fun to be able to do that. I have always that's kind of been in the past more of my wheelhouse music wise, is the poppier punk type stuff, which has changed. These guys have widened my perspectives quite a bit in music, but I always appreciate a good reimagined song. I've always been a huge sucker for that, so it was awesome being able to do that with Weekend Picnic for sure.
Same, definitely. All right. Well, how did you get started with music?
When I was really little, like 5, my parents forced me to take violin lessons, and I hated it so much. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I always thought it was a girl instrument. I was 5, so what does a 5-year-old know? So I did that for a couple years, and then I talked them into letting me play piano instead. And I'm still not very good at either of those to this day. But it was my freshman year in high school. I joined choir, and I was a bass, and obviously my voice changed, so I went to become the section leader of the baritone section, and I am now, since being a grown ass man, I am actually a tenor, but I forget what the term is, but I can do like countertenor notes and bass, so I'm kind of go all throughout it. But yes, the high school I went to, their choir taught me a lot. Sang at Carnegie Hall in New York City, and had some parts in musicals in high school. So yeah, I learned that my instrument was singing, and definitely got the most fulfillment out of that for sure.
Very cool.
To be fair, that is true.
Thank you. Yeah, I did it for them, but my mind doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. I've tried guitar. I'm not super good at it. I'm not good at all, actually. I should, if I had more time to dedicate to it, I probably would. Um, I just like singing. I love singing. I have 3 young children, and they literally hear me sing at all times. It's usually "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal or some like Creed, like kind of ironically at all times. But
That's awesome.
With you guys starting out and everything like that, what would be the dream place for you to perform?
dream like venue to perform at? Um, Honestly, I don't really like the machine shop in Flint would be really cool. Um, Mostly because I'm friends with guys in much bigger bands on Facebook, and a little bit of mentorship going on there. But I always see it like big bands playing there, and it's like a staple in the United States, and I'd love to play there. We played at Rockfest over the summer. That was like that was goals for me. I know when I joined the band, I wanted to say that I played at Rockfest, and we made it happen last year. So yeah, that was number one. The XL Energy Center in St. Paul would be super cool, even though the acoustics aren't great. But just like filling out an arena would be really cool. I'd consider our music kind of arena rock. Um, Obviously, we span a little more genre than that, more of the rock genre than that. But in my mind, I think of like everyone like singing it at the top of their lungs with us, and I imagine that one day, and that's kind of where my heart is set at this point, and I'm not going to stop until that happens consistently. No.
You will get there.
Yeah, I
Wow.
hope so. Thank you.
The music is good enough, so just keep
Thank
going.
you.
How did the weekend picnic get started?
So weird, funny story. I was in some some bands before, just kind of for fun, not playing live, just like recording music in my room and playing. Like it was funny. My next door neighbor was two houses ago at this point, but he was a very very talented guitarist, and we would just drink beer and play together in his garage all the time. And so we'd make videos, and then one of my buddies from high school is also a very talented guitarist, and we'd get together, drink, do covers of like Stained and a lot of that Shine Down and kind of that genre, that time period in rock. We do like acoustic versions and then post them on YouTube and like on my Facebook. And I worked with a guy doing hospital security right out of college, and his roommate at the time is Ben, our rhythm guitarist and composer. So if I remember it correctly, Ben's roommate texted him. Ben was looking for a singer for Weekend Picnic because they were together for a bit before they had me, and Ben reached out to me and through Kevin, I believe, and I applied, and then I went in and rehearsed or auditioned for them, and I got it a couple days later. At that time, they already had Drew, our drummer, and then we had two other members that are not with us. They're still alive, but they're not in the band anymore, just to clarify. But then, right, like a week after I was brought on, they brought on Patrick, our lead guitarist, who some of you might have seen the other day when we were live here. So yeah, that's pretty much Weekend Picnic's kind of been Ben for years. He wrote tons and tons and tons of music. He's got hundreds and hundreds of songs on our file sharing app that we use. And so I think I'm speaking for you, Ben. I think I see it here. But I think Ben had all these songs, and then he had a vision to get these songs played live in front of people. And when I joined up, I'm also a lyricist. So I wrote our lyrics on these songs. Ben had all the instrumentals done, demos. Then we built some melodies, and then I wrote lyrics to them. It's kind of explained it on the live we were on the other day. I have a giant, I have the notes app on my phone and my iPad. And every time I think of something, I'm like, oh, that's profound or whatever, I'll write it in there. And then later on, when we have a new demo or something that's ready for lyrics, I find the vibe of the song, what I think the story should be about, and then I'll go in my notes app and sit and scroll. I've got like 8 million pages of notes in there. But then I'll find something that is under the category of the emotion or whatever of the song that's in front of me, and then I'll plug it in and rework it. That's kind of the creative process there. I probably jumped the gun. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Anything you want to talk about, you go right ahead. How would you describe the music that you typically create? Like, what genre would you love in, or like anything you want to talk about with that?
Yeah, there's a kind of we're kind of like genre spanning, I guess. I'd say like hard rock is probably the easiest, most elementary way to put us. But we've got elements of like metalcore, pop punk, um, you know, again, mostly hard rock, but yeah, hard rock, lighter metal. It's always hard because we have these apps when we put our music out there through our distributor. They ask us for the genre. It's like it's rock music. Like I'd say radio rock. We like to be um, something catchy. Something you'd hear on whatever your local rock station is, or like Sirius XM Octane. Something that is easy for people to get behind. It's not super niche. It's kind of what our goal is. We're not always like necessarily make like some musicians like, oh, I'm this is for other musicians, but we have a bit of that too, but we're mainly trying to make music that people who love rock want to hear. That's what I would want. And that's probably the best way for you to get out there too, is to make music that I have a word in the tip of my tongue and I cannot think of the word. Accessible. Thank you, Ehren's mind. Accessible. We make accessible rock music. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way you make the best kind of music, is just not sticking in the box of one genre,
Yeah,
experimenting with all kinds of things and come up with the coolest sounding music.
yeah. Like this, we're actually going to South Dakota on Friday. I'm driving down there with the boys, and we are recording 3 more songs at All Poetic Audio. Jeremy Schaefer is our producer down there. And we bring our demos, which are essentially complete songs. One day, like I was saying last time, one day we're just going to release our demos and like as like extra tracks or whatever. They're really close to our studio version, but we redo everything. We take our demos and then we re-record everything from scratch. Because with the professional studio, like microphones and equipment, it's like it's a huge difference to like the trained ear. So we like to make the most professional product that we can. So I forget where I was getting. Oh, we these next songs that we're doing are even more kind of genre defying, I guess you'd say. Oh, we have much heavier stuff coming, and then a lot not like poppy, but like one song that we're working on this weekend is my favorite song that we've ever done. And it's on the poppier side. Very melodic, very catchy. It's definitely the best chorus we've ever written, and it's humongous, and I'm super, super excited for it. I think it's probably I think it'll be our most successful song, in my opinion. But that'll be 2 singles from now. All of them are bangers, I think. I know everyone says that about their music, but I'm really proud of it, and I'm really excited for everybody to hear it. So, yeah.
Well, if you don't think that about your music, then what are you doing, right?
True. Bangers only. Ben says bangers only. We say that's one of
Bangers
our
only for sure.
taglines. It's one of our taglines together. Bangers only, boys. So
And just for anybody that's watching, if you have any questions, just put them in the chat. Sierra, did you have any questions?
One sec, pulling out that notebook.
I see you have Lego in your name. Do you see my Legos behind me?
I
Of the
can't
Millennium
barely
Falcon.
see anything, honestly, right now.
Oh,
It's like the smallest screen for me.
I've got the Millennium Falcon hanging on my
God.
wall. It's one of
I
my
will
prized
just send
possessions.
you a picture of my office tomorrow.
That's awesome.
All right. What hobbies do you have outside of the music industry?
I like to make music. No, I'm just kidding. I like probably most people. I like video games. I don't really play a ton anymore. My day job kind of takes up 99% of my life outside of music, but I yeah, I hike and I love my bicycle. But yeah, I turn on the PS5 once in a while. I like story based games. I don't really like playing online multiplayer because it's just like all consuming. But yeah, that's super lame. But my hobbies are I love to draw. I'm very into drawing graphite based images for the most part. I do portraits. I like to draw Pokemon with my kids, and they're obsessed with all the stuff that I was obsessed with when I was a little kid in the '90s. So yeah, mainly honestly, my main hobby outside of music is honestly music. That's I know that's not an answer, but I do like vocal covers and stuff in my office at home, and that's like one of the ways that I decompress after work. And yeah, nothing too exciting, but
Is
That's
that
actually an answer we get a lot.
I bet. Yeah, it's just music is it's hard to get away from. It's like because it's such a it's a like a huge part of me. So I'm like always listening to music and obviously making music with the boys, and then going in my office and getting some quiet time and just like laying vocals down on a cover. That's just like the best escape from life, honestly.
Jojo, have any questions? Who are some of your influences?
I'd say like band wise, I'd say Breaking Benjamin, Papa Roach, and Shinedown are definitely my biggest three. Um, Brent Smith is one of my favorite singers, and I've always really liked him from Shinedown. For anybody who doesn't know, um, lately I feel like the names have kind of they'll always be like the three of the biggest rock bands. I feel like the tide is changing a little bit, and you've got like I Prevail and Bad Omens and Beartooth are three really big ones right now. I really have been enjoying them and finding ways to grow my voice and find different ways to convey emotions and singing, I guess. And then Nothing More. Johnny Hawkins, their lead singer. I forgot him for some reason, but I'd say he's probably my biggest like singer vocal inspiration for sure. And I love Creed. Creed's awesome. I love Scott Stapp
Creed is awesome.
Nice.
till the day I die.
You just named like almost all of my favorite bands. So,
Awesome.
did you go to the Papa Roach Shinedown Spirit Box tour last?
Nope.
No.
I'm lame. I know. I actually don't really. I don't go to shows all that often. Um, I love being in shows. I love performing. Um, I don't, I've never like been a huge concert guy. I know it's probably, you've probably never heard that from someone in a band. I love them. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like I don't find the time for it, and I need to make more time. We also just had a baby, and he's 11 months old now, so that's changed my life
That would do
drastically.
it.
Oops, sorry, I think I saw somebody commented a question. Do you want me to just go right into that?
Go ahead.
All right, John says the vocalist tends to become the face of the group. How do you, Ehren, stay humble and giving credit? First of all, I get all the credit. No, I'm just kidding.
Very
No,
humble.
we're a four piece, man. We're four like normal ass dudes who just love music and love making music for people. And everybody brings something special to the table. And all, the three awesome men that I am in a band with, Ben, Patrick, and Drew, are all extremely talented. And not just that, they're extremely like good men. I trust them with my life, which is really nice, really nice because you hear so many squabbles in different bands or whatever. People can't get along, but the credit the credit is divided equally amongst us four, I think, and I think that's the way it will always go because I think we just appreciate each other. Um, and I think that is extremely important in having at the end of the day, it's also a working relationship. I'd consider them my brothers, but they're also my coworkers, and um, they're my boys. So it's important for me that they know that I appreciate what they do, and I know that they appreciate what I do. I'm the singer, so I'm kidding. I'm only going off what he said, but yeah, I think we make it known to each other that we appreciate each other, and I think it people do struggle to stay humble. I think when you're in the spotlight, but at the end of the day, you're only there because people allow you to be there, and um, when it comes to music, you're not just you can be the most talented person in the world, and you will literally never go anywhere without other people. So any opportunities that we've ever had, it's not just because of our music and the love and emotion and blood, sweat, and tears, if you will, that we put into it. It's also because there are, you know, all these people who are willing to put their trust and faith and their own work. I mean, at the end of the day, into us and what we do. So the credit doesn't just go to us four. I should take that back. It also goes to all the people who support us. Like I said, our opportunities would be nil without them. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the people who believe in us.
That doesn't follow these guys in the chat, make sure you send them a follow.
Yeah. Everybody follow on TikTok, Instagram. I'm sure you guys have a Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. If you search Weekend Picnic, you'll find us. We're the four smug looking dudes. We try to make all our social media obvious. It's us. It's either going to be us or it's going to be like a picture of someone eating at a picnic table, and that is not us. So
You know what? We saw that one last night. It's like, no, that's not Ehren. That's
not
Patrick.
them. Posers.
What is the best way to support you guys?
There's so many ways. Honestly, like one thing that really seems to help nowadays is adding our music to your playlists. Um, all these sites and services keep track of how many playlists your songs are on, and they're more likely to be noticed or pushed in front of other people the more playlists they're on. That's a really helpful way. We have new merch that we're just about to drop. We actually have an official Amazon merch page, which has been super awesome. we get paid a lot less for what we sell on Amazon, but we don't have to store it. So it's printed on demand and sent with Prime shipping, which is ridiculous. 2024, everything should be, but that's been really nice for us. This new merch is going to have key images from our new song "I Will Remain" that's coming out on March 29th. We are kind of going for a look with every single we're going to be releasing. So this one is like a neon green, neon light gas mask,
Right.
which will it'll make sense in context with the song once we release it. But yeah, that'll be plastered all over our merch, and our merch is pretty sweet. I'm wearing some of our retired merch right now, my T-Rex.
Awesome.
That is extremely helpful, and just like sharing it. Sharing is probably the best because it's free. I don't, expect people to help us monetarily. I know it's a hard world out there right now for everybody. The free ways to support us, honestly, I'd say sharing our stuff, getting in front of other people is extremely beneficial. There's billions of people who've never heard of us, so potential new members of the Weekend Picnic family.
I had no idea about the playlist thing though, so that's cool to know.
Yeah. One of the big, like, getting signed used to be like the number one thing for musicians, and now it's pretty much getting viral TikTok videos and getting on Spotify playlists. Their editorial playlists. When we released our debut album, our song "Before Your Time" was put on new metal tracks on Spotify. So that really helped us out when that came out. We had like 25,000 monthly listeners or something like that. So there's all those new people who've never heard of us because of Spotify putting us on that playlist. That's like a mini, like, getting signed nowadays. Getting on Sirius XM Octane is also like, that's like pretty much eye on the prize right now. That's our kind of what we're looking for with at least one of these 7 singles we'll be releasing over this year. So, yeah.
Definitely to see. It's like a ladder, right? So start
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's a struggle. It's definitely not easy, but nothing that is worth it. I mean, nothing that is worth working hard for comes easy. So
That's true.
I'll keep making cringy.
thank you, John. Keep the cringe. John is my brother-in-law.
That makes sense.
In the live with us.
Siri thinks I'm talking to her.
Sierra, did you have anything else?
I know the one question we always ask.
Go for it.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I don't know. Like my wife, that's like her favorite pizza. I would never order it, honestly. Like that's not my go-to, but I'll eat it. Like if that's my option, I'm not gonna like throw it away. It's like pizza's life, but that's definitely not my first option.
They're asking that question, running question, because of me. I'm from Canada, so like you like pineapple on pizza, you're weird.
I mean, it is kind of weird, like honestly.
It's delicious.
I mean, I'm actually surprised how many people we've asked that do like it. Like, it's shocking, actually. But
Yeah, I was like heavy against it at first, but I've I'll take it or leave it, honestly. I'm not gonna like vomit if I see it, but I'm not gonna search it out because I'm not a serial killer. No offense to everybody whose favorite is pineapple on pizza.
Some people
I
tell
mean,
me.
that is a serial killer trait for sure.
Oh
It
no.
is. Two signs of a serial killer is you know exactly where to bury a body and you eat pineapple on your pizza.
Gonna have to watch out for JoJo and Sierra then.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Just a little. We let out the secrets.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened at a show?
Um, the sound guy not getting our stuff right. No, I'm just kidding. That's not crazy. That seems to be normal nowadays. Um, nothing really, honestly. We've played shows with, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in the crowd, and we've played shows with and Ben. Ben's got the laugh emoji. He knows what I'm saying, right, Ben? That would not be considered crazy. I don't know, like people are like genuine or generally pretty respectful of their surroundings, except for that one "A Day to Remember" song. But like we haven't had like big fights or anything. We did have one guy who was, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm pretty sure he was messing with our live show. So he had something that was causing our equipment to cut in and out.
Oh, damn.
And yeah, that was super cool. We have video evidence of it, and I'm not gonna fight him, but catch me outside. That honestly, we haven't had like really any bad experiences. People have been awesome. Rockfest had the potential to be absolutely insane, but it was raining like crazy, and for part of our set, I mean, we had coverage, so it was pretty tame for us. We did play 2 hours, which was I consider that crazy because I thought I was going to die. Um, but I mean, honestly, nothing super crazy. Like, ask me in like a year, maybe 2 years, and maybe I'll witness someone like going Super Saiyan or transforming into like the Incredible Hulk or something on PCP or something. But yeah, otherwise, it's been pretty tame. People have been really cool.
Nice.
So far.
Yeah, so far I just jinxed it, which is fine.
Yeah.
They
I
say.
think the craziest story we heard was Widow 7 talking about their blow up dolls. Apparently they they throw blow up dolls out into the audience and some guy
Yeah.
like took off with it.
Oh, he found himself a girlfriend. I
Yeah.
mean, they do bring people together. Those guys. I love those guys. We've been talking about a show trade with them since last year, and things keep happening and getting in the way. But those are some really good dudes. If people don't know them, you should support them. They're definitely making waves right now too.
Yeah.
But really down to earth, humble guys. Um, you never know. We might be playing a show with them this year, maybe a couple next year. So yeah, we'll probably have like blow up
Oh.
Pokemon or something that we'll throw in the crowd. We're kind of goofy, kind of our shtick.
I
Yeah.
thought the craziest one that I heard was like involved fire.
Oh shoot. Yes. I remember now. Yeah, that was Bury the Darkness. This band from Arizona. Apparently, and it wasn't at their show. I guess the singer went to a festival and a bunch of drunk dudes just like started piling like plastic lawn chairs and stuff up and then just started this like huge bonfire like at the back of the venue. I mean, it was
That's
out
good. That's good for
obviously,
your
but
lungs to breathe that in.
like crazy wildfire.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, people tend to get kind of crazy at festival type rock shows, and with us only having one under our belt, um, like I said, the people were there were a lot of super hammered people, but it was all love. There's no fighting. There was definitely fights at Rockfest, but not that I really noticed during our sets. I was also like completely like in the zone at that show, but yeah, like if we add pyro to our set, maybe we'll get something similar, and maybe we'll just pile lawn chairs on our pyro, and then next time we talk, maybe I can talk about how we had a pyro lawn chair fire on stage.
Awesome.
Oh, Lord.
On stage.
Oh, Lord.
And then we threw blow up dolls into the fire, and then people brought flaming blow up dolls home.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Full circle.
And then when you're like in the middle of your set with that one, you're just gonna burst out laughing because you were talking about this.
Yep. I have laughed a couple times too during shows. It's always a good time. It's like we get really into our element because it's like so much built up, like rehearsal, getting our songs and our set as tight as possible, and finally being able to do it in front of a bunch of people, and it's just like extremely cathartic, and we just like get completely lost in it, and that's like it's a great experience. I can't say every show is always 100% a good experience because I've walked away from some feeling less than 100% happy in my performance, but that's just how it is. You know, it's not always going to be perfect 100% of the time because we're four humans,
Exactly.
but we love it, and you know, we get better every single time we play our shows. We just added a ton of like super awesome lights to our show, and we got a giganto weekend picnic banner and fog. Like we just upped our live show a ton, and we're going to be doing that for every possible show we can from here on out, as long as if we're opening for someone, as long as they let us use set equipment.
Mm.
On a stage like Rockfest, can you see the crowd clearly, or is it like a blur?
So we had an hour long set, 40-minute break, and then another hour long set is how it worked when we played. The first one was during the day. It was at like 7 p.m. and it was over the summer, so the sun was still out. You could see people there, but the second one, there's so much fog and stuff. You know, you could see like the people like right in front of the stage, but from there on, it looked like one of those AI generated group like crowds or whatever. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. It was both pretty much.
Since we're talking about shows, do you guys have any upcoming shows?
Yeah, we do. A couple of them have not been announced yet, and one of them is the baby of one of the bands that we're playing with. So I don't think they'd appreciate me announcing it. But Thursday, April 25th in Minneapolis, we're playing Dayblock Brewing. It's the first time we've ever played at a brewery. We're playing with the Failsafe. They're
love the
our
Failsafe.
buddies. Oh, you guys know them? Yeah, they're
We
good
interviewed
dudes.
them too.
Oh, seriously, that's cool. That's okay. That's a small world. We're playing with them, and we're playing with Death of a Heron and Shadow Lake. And we've never played with Shadow Lake or Death of a Heron. Shadow Lake, honestly, that's probably one of the best band names I've heard in a long time. And you guys should check them out. And Death of a Heron and the Failsafe. I know you guys have already heard of the Failsafe, but anyone listening who hasn't, we've played with the Failsafe before. It was a super fun show. We played with Throw the Fight. And yeah, we have that planned. 2 other shows planned that have not been announced, and possibly another one. But yeah, this year, I'd say we're mainly focusing on getting these songs finished in studio. It's a 6-hour drive, 5.5-hour drive from Minnesota to Scotland, South Dakota. So that eats up a big block, and you know, we all have full-time careers that we're working as well. And I've got 3 kids, and it's been it's been a hell of a time figuring out how to balance everything. But at the end of the day, it's always worth it, and it becomes more and more worth it as time goes on. So
Yeah, definitely. What is the best advice you've ever been given?
don't fry bacon naked. I'm just kidding. I have been given that advice though by and someone who's been on the job a lot longer than me. But I think it is to take haters. Like we haven't really had much in the way of like we've been kind of lucky in that way, but we haven't really had people like shitting on our music or hating on us online, which has been really nice. Um, but I've been told it does happen, it will happen. Don't let it eat you up. As long as you're making what you think is what you want to make, blah blah blah. Keep doing it. Not everyone likes everything. Um, like I said, we haven't really gotten a ton of that. Um, but at the end of the day, I mean, I honestly, negative comments, I really don't care. I really don't. I have thick skin, and people suck. Like at the end of the day, like a lot of people really suck, but in general, people are good. So as long as you know which people do suck, like, who cares?
Yeah.
Let them be alone and angry.
You're always going to run into people that are sad and want to take it out on you. Like, I've even talked to bands where they've had other bands that, like, just want to fight them just because, you know, they're doing better than they are. And it's like, it shouldn't be
Yeah,
like
there is some of that.
Yeah, most of the time everybody gets along, it's chill, but you're always going to come across the ones that want to start shit. But just keep your head up and yeah, stay positive.
Yeah, and for like aspiring musicians too, I'd say like if you have a drive to do it, you should do it. It's a dog eat dog world, which is kind of nuts because when you help other musicians in your same, I guess, region or state, it only helps you. It makes you look like not a bag of dicks. But there are absolutely bands out there who will shit on other bands to make themselves look better, and that's fine. I just won't listen to your music. Um,
Exactly.
I would never, ever snitch on any other band ever. I have a code of ethics that I operate on, but it's the way it is. It's pretty political, which is crazy to me. But as long as you're in it for the right reasons, and you know, you kind of learn to ignore the noise and focus on what's important to you. But yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, I don't want to get into
He is so big, Jojo.
What's that?
He is so big.
I want to go pee.
Do you guys have any pre-show rituals?
um, we kind of just hang out. Honestly, we always make sure that we watch the openers. You know, we're openers sometimes too, but we always try to make sure that we watch every set and that we give our support to the guys opening for us and make sure that they're seen and heard because you know that's important. I don't like when bands don't do that, but we used to like take a shot of Fireball or whatever. I don't really like to drink before shows, so I don't. It kind of fell off, but we just kind of like hang out and jam out and try to get everything set up in time for our set.
Makes sense.
So nothing like special, just quality time, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right.
So
What's that?
What did you say?
Oh, I said the big one blocking off the stairs, so he can't get down, so he's gonna bark.
Oh, that's fine. Oh,
Yeah, my dog was just barking in the background too.
my kids are barking.
You just got yelling from me.
Yeah, I heard the mewing earlier. My kids are actually behaving right now, so thank God.
God bless them.
Hey, Sierra, Jojo, you have any other questions?
Speaking of meows,
Which one is it? I can't see. Is it my sissy or?
it's Sissy. Sissy. What is your drink of choice for when you do?
I'm super paranoid about my voice when I sing live, so I won't drink anything carbonated. So usually just like a double of Jack Daniels.
Fair.
It's good for you. It's good for the soul. It's like I feel like when I say I don't really drink before shows, I should probably say like I don't really drink more than like one shot. But I don't like getting like turned before a show because I don't want to be like unprofessional. Um, but I will tell you, like one or two shots of whiskey before a show, like it makes me feel a lot less nervous. So that's pretty much my go-to shot or two of Jack Daniels.
Yeah, we hear that a lot too.
Yeah, some guys like to just down and down and down, and then you see them like you could see the
Slosh.
trend on stage where they're like, "Oh boy."
Yeah,
And
nobody
I don't
wants.
want to let my boys down like that.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch a show where somebody's just like sloppy the whole time, falling over on
No,
themselves. Like, yeah, not a good look.
mm-mm, I wouldn't say it is either.
There's the baby.
Pup.
Does anybody else in the chat have any questions? No? All right. Well, I think we've pretty much asked everything. So if you want to remind everybody when the new song comes out.
Oh yeah. First, I want to thank all of you for having me on. I really appreciate it. I want to apologize to anybody who is watching and sees that I literally have no idea how to do this, but this is the second like actual live I've done. Thank you.
This is
Um,
actually really good.
Thank you. Our song "I Will Remain," which is, I think, far and away the best song we've ever released. I know we haven't released it yet, but it's been released to me for quite a while. Um, it is. I really love it. It's a very important message, I think, for people to hear, and I had specific thoughts behind it when I was writing the lyrics. And that comes out on Friday, March 29th at midnight Central Time. It will be available everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Pandora. Um, what else? Amazon. Does anyone listen to anything on Deezer?
No.
Title? It'll be there too. But yeah, it will also launch with a music video that is going to be super dope. And it'll have all the imagery that you're probably going to be imagining hearing the song playing out in front of you. So, yeah, super pumped, super excited for the song. I've listened to it approximately 757,000 times, but I will be listening to it a lot more because it always sounds better when you're listening to it officially, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to hear anybody who's listening what they think about it post-release. And if you go to our bio, I know I'm not pointing to it, but I feel like I'm a lot cooler by doing that. We have a pre-save link on our distributor website. You can watch a short teaser of the song through YouTube. It'll be embedded on the pre-save page. You can pre-save it on Spotify. The more people that pre-save it on Spotify, the more likely we are to be activating algorithms, or whatever the hell is the way to say it. So yeah, more people to pre-save, the better for us. The more people it will be put in front of. So would really appreciate anybody who's willing to pre-save it to do so. And hit us up on any of our social medias. Let us know what you think post-release. And yeah, we're taking it into the future with this one. So
Very cool. Well, we can't wait to hear it. I will go pre-save. You all go pre-save. Everybody go stream it a lot when it comes out, and let them know what you think. Go give them a follow, like whatever you do these days. And,
hit the bell for notifications.
We also wanted to thank you for coming on and sitting down with us. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, everybody, I hope you guys have a good night.
You too. Good talking to you all.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.